It's your Bandito Carlitos coming at you with a fresh breakdown in the new year. Today we take a look at Nick Rodriguez. Of all the B team members, I think Nicky Rod has shown the most improvement. Coming off the EBI Absolute title win and his incredible performance against Gordon, he's definitely come a long way from just being wrestling and back takes. A big part of that for Nicky Rod was the use of the Bodylock. A gable grip clench around the low waist in a butterfly or a half guard would prove to be Nicky Rod's ticket to passing guards at the highest levels. The Rodylock effectively pins a grappler's hips to the mat, separating the upper body from the lower body in the guard passing exchange. Opponents who extend their legs become vulnerable to the mount, and opponents who underhook give up the head and arm. With opponents flat on their backs, Nicky Rod looks for this knee switch to stuff his opponent's butterfly and allow him a free leg to then step over his opponent's knee, bringing his knee at their hip. Very quickly hopping over into the mount. And when opponents frame him away, his answer is to hop over both legs and to take side control on the opposite side. Another look Nick shows from the Rodylock is to step his knee over his opponent's at the hip, as well as pummeling his shin over his opponent's butterfly. This keeps them from grabbing a half guard, and this also limits the effectiveness of their far butterfly. With the Rodylock pinning the hips, there's not much opponents can do to stop Nick from elevating and kicking his leg out into side control. When opponents don't defend with the far butterfly, it makes for a much easier pass. One of my favorite looks Nick shows is from the standing position. He passes the foot on the outside of his hip and drops his weight down to keep the butterfly from pummeling back in. He tries to get the Bodylock and steps over, but his opponent chooses to push on his knee. In this position, Nick opts to grab the neck and look for the head and arm. While the meta dictates that we all pass from half guard into the mount, the Rodylock makes side control great again with one key detail. This right here, the forearm underneath the opponent's waist. This allows Nicky to return to the Rodylock as opponents start to recover their guard. With an ADCC silver medal and an EBI Absolute title, Nick Rodriguez has shown insane improvement in 2022. What's next for him in the new year? My guess, Meregali. With the new wave rivalry cooking, I think it has to be the next step, but that's just me. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on the Instagram if you want some exclusive content. Also, we just want to look into my personal game. Definitely check that out at Bandito Carlitos 10p. Peace!